Yeah. Sorry, y'all. Ear was itching. Allergies, man. Yeah. How y'all feeling tonight? Yo, rest in peace, Danielle Spencer. Fuck cancer, baby. What's up, y'all? Pretty Petty Tuesday. Yo, brown eyes. What up, y'all? Yo, so check this out. Hold on. Brown eyes. Brown eyes Dunlap. I thought you said that you was going to be asleep in 20 minutes. I thought you said that you wasn't going to be available for comment. I thought you said that you wasn't going to be here. I thought you said that you was too tired. Come on, brown eyes Dunlap. What we doing? What up, Dimples D's? All up in the house. How you feeling, Ma? Good to see me some you. And T Carry right morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. And hold on, y'all. I gotta do something because we already are in purgatory. So I gotta do this. I will be back with this. Hold on. All right, are we good? We good? All right. Yeah, it wasn't streaming right. It might have looked all right, but it wasn't streaming right. So there was a discrepancy between what I was seeing on my monitors and what I was seeing on the camera. And I wasn't feeling that. What up, Austin Vallejo? What's good? You say you usually are, brown eyes? swims. Uh. Marissa Allbird. Pretty Petty Tuesday. I know Tuesday is over, but it's still here for us. Hold on to your Tuesday. Hold on to your Tuesday like you do your love, baby. It's still August 12th for me. Feel this way, yeah. Yo. Let's get into this thing. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. When this your daily. It's the daily go get optimism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it wins? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting, and everything is on our beat. All right, we talking about they know who to try that shit with tonight. You know how it is. Certain people know what to try with certain people. Like they might not try this with you because you might ask too many questions, or you might veto the whole movement, or you might mess up the whole plan, or you might shine a light, don't walk away. You know, that type. Or you might be the type that they will try it with. When everybody else says no, you're the one who says yes. And they know that. Big Softy. Big Softy. Ain't nothing really to be ashamed of. You know, I've seen some peculiar declarations online. Like I've seen this meme go around that says something like, and I want to know what y'all think about this. I've seen this meme go around that said something like, you can't finesse a person who gives. You know, you can't finesse a giver. Giving is what we do. So, you know, all of those tricks that you use in order to try to get us to do things not going to work because we want to give it to you anyway. And I thought to myself, like, now I'm paraphrasing. It doesn't say exactly that, but it says something along those lines. And I remember thinking to myself, like, What do you mean you can't finesse a giver? Who else you gonna finesse? A taker? Somebody who stands pat? Somebody who's stingy? A giver is who you're gonna go to finesse, because you may be able to get more out of them than they were going to originally give. What up? What up, Wes? What's good, my dude? Good to see you. Appreciate y'all coming through. Y'all know it's my birthday. If y'all didn't know, now you know. You know what I mean? My birthday was August 12th. It was on Tuesday. You know, we still riding it out. We ain't done, because last night we represented Monday. It wasn't my birthday on Monday. Sure, it was after midnight, but no. This is the Tuesday show. So this is my birthday. Show a little love, show a little love, show a little love, show a little love, do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight, get down tonight, do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight, get down tonight. Get down, get down, get down, get down tonight, babe. Get down, get down, get down, get down, get down tonight, babe. So which one of y'all? Are you the person that people try? Do you have that look on your face that strangers be like, nah, I think I'm good? I was thinking about mugging you, but I'm cool. You know, I'm good. I'm good. You know what I mean? I ain't mugging. You mugging. I mean, I ain't mugging that motherfucker. Shout out to my people. Shout out to my people in sanctuary cities like Washington, D.C., where the federal government is gearing them up for martial law, that kind of shit. I don't know if y'all see what's going down, but it's definitely something happening right now. It's not positive. It's not positive. So shout out to all my people. Shout out to all my people in DC. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, this is the Daily Go Getterism Show. I am your host, Son 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. I'm feeling like a real man should. And I hope y'all feel like real men and women should also. Let me put on my bones. Put my bones on, saying. Put my bones on. Put my bones on. So we're going to talk about this phenomenon. You know what I mean? Whether you are the person that people try that with. The person that they try that with. Now, it could be innocent. It could be something a little bit more serious. What about children? Excuse me, that's a good place to start. What about children? Are you the type? Do children try to get over on you? Are you the one that they try to manipulate with tantrums, outbursts of emotion? You know what I mean? Try to wear you down. You know what I'm saying? Even the cute manipulation. Bat those pretty eyes of theirs. Blink, 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 blink. Works every time. Daddy's little girl. Many a little girl has gotten away with murderous intent. Because daddy just loves him so much. That's my baby girl. Yes, it is. My little princess. My little princess. What's going on? I know. I understand. I do. I understand. I understand. Kim Williams says, Happy Leo Day, son. In the words of our forever fave lioness PG, Bruce Sky. Rest, lion, and rest. I'm sorry. Rest, lioness, rest. Roar, baby, roar. I think her birthday was the 20th. I think her birthday is on the 20th, so we'll acknowledge her We'll acknowledge her, you know what I mean, when that time comes, Absolutely, absolutely. One of my favorite people. May she rest in peace. Okay. So I thank you, West. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Marissa says the show must go on. We feel like dancing. Yeah. Well, Kim says, I just don't know how much more this country can take of that waste of oxygen. Well, you can best believe however more we can take we're going to get a dose of it every day. We're going to get a dose of it every day. But you know, just like in all situations, we have to find our friendship. We have to find our happiness. We have to find our contentment. We have to find a way to be okay. We have to find a way to be okay. Just like we did when we was kids back in the day. Hey. So we gonna work it out. We're gonna work it out. We're gonna work it out. There will be a Superman, a Batman, a Spider-Man, an Iron Man, a Thor, a Fantastic Four, Mighty Avengers. Somebody's gonna come through and rescue us. Somebody. It might not be today. It certainly wasn't yesterday, but tomorrow will come. Tomorrow we'll get saved. Tomorrow, it's only a day away. All right, so they know who to try it with. They know who to try it with. You ever know somebody that thought that they was so tough that they couldn't be robbed? You ever know anybody that acted like that? Like, I wish a nigga would rob me. Wish a nigga would rob me. Yeah, if you come against me. Yeah, the 6 feet, which you'll see. Well, it's okay to have that type of mentality around people that you know will not try you, will not rob you, will not steal from you, will not, violate. But anybody can get it. Anybody can get it, especially in these days and times where so many young people are sticking people up or messing around with gunplay for more reasons of respect and reputation than they are because they're hungry or because they don't have something. So, there's a lot of things going on just for sport these days. I don't support that. But I am guilty. Of running around believing that I was tough before. Or that I wouldn't say that I was tough. Well, but what I will say was I believed that I was so skilled with the hands that I didn't have to worry about that. But I have been robbed before. Never at gunpoint. Thank God for that, because I don't know how that would have went. You never know how things will go when you're dealing with people who are desperate. You never know. So it's easy to say that, nobody better not try that with me. But when that situation actually comes to visit you, you never know how you might react. Sometimes you have to make a life decision. And when you're dealing with people who don't have a whole lot to lose, there's a good chance that you have more to lose than they do. Are you willing to sacrifice it? And for what? Manifest reality. What's going on, Ma? How you feeling? Glad to see you here. Vita. Vita B is all up in the area. Always good to see you. Always good to see you. Always. Without a doubt. Thanks for coming on by. Thanks for always being fly. So yeah, they know who to try it with. They know who to try it with. And people do know. You know, like one thing about your friends, your family, people who are close to you, they know how far they can go with you and how far they can't. They know how to appeal to your senses, how to appeal to your desires, how to even appeal to your addictions sometimes. You know, it's not a good thing, probably, but people who know you well, they know your soft spots. They know your soft spots. They know where to apply pressure to in order to wield the result that they want to get. And sometimes you may be aware of that, and sometimes you may not be aware. You know, like if you've ever been in a situation where you clearly see that there's a difference between the way that you are treated and the way that somebody else is treated by somebody else. And I'm not saying that you're always on the negative side of that. It may be that you're the one that they treat with respect. You're the one that they keep an even tone with when they talk. You're the one that they know not to ask certain questions of, or ask if they can have certain things because they know that you ain't the one for all of that. Like, no. But let's look at it like this. Let's take it somewhere where we didn't think that it would go so soon. Ladies, have you ever been asked by some dude, I ain't gonna say some dude. Have you ever been asked by a man or your man to have a threesome? And he may have felt comfortable asking you for a threesome because maybe his previous woman or previous girlfriends, they was into that. So they succumb to the pressure or the request. Who they succumbed. They succumbed. Like, really? Has a man ever asked you, would you do a threesome with him? 2 women and 1 man. Has he ever asked you? Now, if he asked you, more than likely he asked you because he thought he would be successful in his request. Now, you might feel some kind of way about that, or you might not. Now, if you're the type of person that has done threesomes before, you're probably not all of that surprised because you know that a lot of men's fantasy is to have a threesome. So like, okay, he's just another man, who wants a threesome. Now, if you know that your man has participated in threesomes before, he the group sex type, threesomes, orgies, trains back in the day. And he knows that's not your shtick. You ain't going for that. He knows that you ain't the one you ain't the one to try that with. You ain't the one to try that with. So he ain't posing that kind of question. Let me see. Manifest says many will always try and push your limits. Mm-hmm. And she also says, yes, because they buddy had one and they thought it was cool for discussion to see a reaction. Yeah, it may seem like they was only trying to see a reaction unless you say yes. Then it's like, that shit is like a lottery pick. That shit is a lottery pick if you say yes. But other than that, we got to discuss energy because, people will vibe off of you, or they will feed off of the energy that you give them. Hold on a second, y'all. We got to get some shit together because I was spilling all that damn colon ream all over the table and I'm just not feeling it. I'm over here getting vegetable elbows and shit. I'm just not that ain't a good look. But yeah. So I'm going to ask again, since Manifest Reality is the only one that answered, but I know she's not the only one that has ever been asked. Ladies, has your man ever asked you, has a man that you were dealing with, regardless of how long y'all was together, has he ever asked you, would you do a threesome? Because his previous girlfriends or women that he's dealt with was with it. I've heard men say all kinds of outlandish shit because they were able to get away with certain shit with certain women. Vita says, I don't share. Always let it be known. Okay. So if that's the way you are and your man knows that and men know that, then they then they probably say, well, I ain't asking Vita no shit like that. I'm good. Davita ain't with all that. I gotta go elsewhere. I'm good. Davita said no before I asked. I said, hey, yo, Vita, may I? And before I could answer, hell no, she replied. Never you mind said, is the beard real? What the fuck is fake looking about my beard? Y'all gotta chill. What do I have to do? I mean, do I have to tug on the hair? Like, what we doing? What we doing? Hell yeah, my shit real. Now I don't know why I don't have gray eyebrows. I have no explanation for that. You said it's too clean? Well, sir, I gotta do this again. I have an instructional video that you may or may not be interested in checking out. But let me put you on to something. I actually hold on.
You have a call from
Troy. All right, hold on a second. Yes, sir. I actually made an instructional video to show you how to shape your beard up.
Shape yourself up good. Now, to you, it may look like my shit is lined
Let me get to the meat and potatoes.
You know, to me, it's shave day.
Oh shit. Fuck. Hold on. I got you. I got you, sir.
All right, this is for.
I just wanted to get to the part where you actually start shaving your shit.
Do it every 2 days. That way, keep yourself looking sharp. And even though I've already gone over this line, I'll go back over it just in case the trimmers missed anything. You know, you want it to be sharp. You want the line to be sharp. All right, now we're gonna start going in. Take like an old toothbrush, clean the excess hairs out. You know, do it like that. And yeah, I'm in my bathroom. This is my actual ritual. So yeah, I'm in the, you know, my underwear, my drawers, and the white beater. So this is how I look. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all offended by that, don't show your kids.
See how you line yourself up? You can get your shit right too. I'll show you exactly how to do it. I think the video was like 22 minutes or whatever. And I'll show you what to do from beginning to end. So if you think my shit is too perfect, it's because I made
a
it
lot
that
of
way.
dudes, they have the hair that connects here. Mine doesn't really do that, so I don't mess around with it. I'll clear it out.
All right. So get to the end.
Really expensive time Gillette or
This how I get it
or whatever.
clean.
I use these because these are for shaving. Like I'll shave my head with these. I'm not gonna do that in this video. This is just a beard video. But I complete the shape up with these because this clears out all of the little hairs, that I can't get with the clippers. And there are little hairs. You won't be able to see them on camera, but they're there. Wait a minute, as a matter of fact, you see? See, I use these. I put a little water in the sink, put the stopper in the sink, put a little water in the sink, wet the razor. I don't use any shaving cream or anything like that for my beard or for my head. So everything I did, everything.
All right, you got it. You got it. You know what I'm saying? So no, my beard is 100% real. I don't go to no barbershop and no shit like that. I got scales, son. And this is the second day. I shave tomorrow. Tomorrow's shave day. And, and yo, I'm gonna let y'all check something else out. I'm gonna show y'all how regimented I am. I'm gonna show y'all how regimented I am. You see, this is the month of August. This is my shave schedule. So you see every other day. Like, all right, today is the 13th. You see the little clippers on here, the little red clippers. It says cut hair. So you see it every other day. Every other day. So sometimes, like, if I forget what day I'm on, like if I'm going through a whole lot of shit or whatever, and I can't remember if I shaved yesterday or if today is I'm supposed to do it, boom. You know what I mean? So I never listen. One thing my pop taught me: write shit down. Write shit down. No, don't write down shit that people can come behind and get you fucked up on. But write down the things that you need to remember. That way you'll get into that routine and you won't really have to think about it. Plus you'll be assisting yourself. So yeah. Art of Mine says, you serious, son? Hey man, you know what I mean? Look. There's some things that just have to be done. Y'all see, I do this show every day. So yeah, there's some things I take very seriously. So yeah.
Yo.
What you doing?
While you walking, the day of your birthday, bro. I'm celebrating on it with you. This Troy, bro. This is Diesel, bro. I'm clapping out loud, bro.
You clapping out loud?
Happy birthday to my damn brother from another mother. There will be no other. My homie that's never been a phony.
Damn, you barring tonight.
He said real, and he was right, real deal. The one and only Omar with the son to the legendary 5-2. Happy birthday, my brother.
Good looking, my dude, man. Appreciate you, man. One love.
Now, bars. I never came up with bars until I met the bar lifer.
Yo, you have been barring lately. My
bars been barring, man.
The bars have been barring. The bar has been barring.
On YouTube, I want to make this announcement to the live stream. Today, on YouTube and all streams, I dedicate and nominate that we all make August 1st Omar with the /Sun 752 day every year.
Yo, we'll see how that go. We gonna see how it go.
My fucking brother's birthday, boy. You must be out your damn mind, man. We gonna celebrate Like, we doing it like the women. At the end of the night, your birthday not over. So when you give the birthday shout out, at the end of every fucking night, you celebrate yourself. You shout out yourself until the end of this month is over.
Okay, well, here, I can't do it the whole month. That's a little too feminine for me. But what I can do is this.
I'm gonna do it. Well, I'm telling so what? I'm doing it.
Tell you what I can do is because I was born in the afternoon. I'm really, I just got started. I ain't even 12 hours in. So we good. You know what I'm saying? We good. So, you know, I won't be done. I won't be done birthdaying until like tomorrow afternoon and shit. So yeah, I got time to sleep it off a little bit. You know what I mean? Wake up and be good. Yo.
Hey, Kels, hold up, son. Kels, you've been celebrating your birthday since August came. You know, women's birthday, when their birthday is in August, they celebrate on the 1st of August. So, Kels, you've been celebrating your birthday all month.
Well, let me show y'all something. Cause my baby girl made me a cake yesterday. She made me a cake, and she put her foot in this joint. You know, this is a German chocolate cake. You see that frosting? That shit is all coconut and this shit good. Motherfucker, man. This shit good. This shit is the bizarre. And listen, my baby ain't never cooked me nothing or nothing like that before. I'm talking about my daughter. Sure,
you already know that.
She got stupid. I mean, I could be talking about my baby, you know what I mean?
No, if you talk about your baby, you gonna say her name.
That's true.
If you talk about your baby, you gonna say your daughter.
I'm just saying. She hooked me up with that cake. I ain't see that shit coming.
Good,
that shit. I don't even like. Listen. I'm not a fan.
The front of the TV and taste it.
I'm not a fan of chocolate cake, but German chocolate cake. That shit. That separate the men from the boys. That thing is right. My mom was like, "Yo, let me have a piece." That's why you see the pieces missing. You know what I mean? I was like, "But it's my cake." You know what I'm saying? Like this my shit.
Not to make cake. See, a lot of people don't know about Mom Dukes making no cakes. You know what I mean? Mom Dukes, it's in her genes. It's in your daughter's genes. Mom Dukes.
My mom coached her on how to do it. So she did it, but my mom had to walk her through the process. She ain't know nothing about that. But that thing, listen, if I gain 10 pounds by Saturday or whatever, you know what I mean? You just gonna have to excuse that. That thing is rich. That thing is rich. It's the bomb. I ain't see that coming. They blindsided me with the cake like, yo, check this out. Wow. I'm like,
I mean, you will never gain 10 pounds because you got your colon next to you every day.
Shit. I don't know what you talk about, but when I met you, I was 20 pounds lighter. Easily. Well, you know what I'm saying?
The reason why you gained weight because you met me.
You crazy as shit, man. But what up, Oakland? What's good? Good to see you. Hold on. Let me see what they talking about. Let me see. Tim says, yum, she threw that. She really did. That shit good as shit. That shit is good as shit. Manifest Reality says, all homemade German cake, the best. I ain't know a lot of people was down with that shit. I mean, but yeah, said nothing could be better. Yes. Kim says, yeah, that's me. I'm not a fan of chocolate, but German chocolate, move. Let me get a few slices. Word, for real. So, all right. So we talking about they know who to try it with. Oh my God! Look how I wrote that shit. That shit say the why know who they know. The why know. I can't. I swear, boy. I swear, I stay fucking up. But hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and get this shit together. I'm gonna go ahead and get this shit. I'm gonna get it right. All right, there we go. So now, if y'all refresh, y'all see it written the right way. Now I had effed it up, but now it's right. Now everything is right. Everything good. Everything good. But yeah, they know who to try it with. So there's certain situations. Troy, I don't know if you was listening in the background, but I was talking to women and asking them, have they ever dealt with a man that tried to get them to do a threesome? Because a lot of men, if they sense the kind of energy that you're giving off, that either you like women too, or you are submissive to the point where you're so eager to please that you'll go along with whatever request is asked of you. That's all I ask of you. Now, in order, if you ask the wrong woman to do something like that, the results could be catastrophic as far as your union is concerned. Because a lot of women will look at that like, how dare you disrespect like that? How dare you disrespect like that? So yeah, you have to know your audience. So, but a predator will always kind of know who they can try certain things and who they can't try certain things with. That was one thing that pimps were able to do really easily out there on the streets. They knew what girls would succumb to the whole, being on a strip or whatever, and which ones wouldn't. So they know if you run away from home, you don't really have nowhere to be, you don't have a lot going on for yourself, you don't have no support system, boom, got you. Got him. Got him. So yeah, but they have to know who they can do certain things. But who they can do certain things with. But it doesn't just start with human beings. If you look out there in the animal kingdom, like a lion don't go around messing around with elephants. They don't do that. Now, one lion cannot bring down an elephant. One lion can't bring down a hippo. Maybe a male lion, it'll be a hell of a fight, but it ain't sweet. You know what I mean?
The hyena is no better not to even bother the damn lion.
But they will if the lion is weak, and or if the lion is by itself. You know what I mean? If it's a female lion, a pack of hyenas will definitely go in and on the female. You know what I'm saying? But a male lion, like it could be 12 hyenas. They like that male lion is gonna hold it down. Like, oh, so everybody want to get bit hard. All right. You know what I'm saying? So even in the animal kingdom, they know the predators know which prey to go for. Don't
fuck with the Leos. Don't fuck with the Leos pretty much.
Well, I'm going to, I'll say it like this. This is the difference between the pride of human beings versus the survival of animals. Animals know not to make hunting hard. You understand what I'm saying? There are no conquests out in the wild. They see a weak animal or a young animal or a defenseless animal, that becomes the food. They ain't trying to go for the strongest, the biggest, the best, the most notorious. For what? They can fuck around, injure themselves. You understand what I mean? Human beings, number one challenger, number one contender. That's what we are conditioned to go for. So what we try is to what we say, you got, in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. That's a human thing. That's a human thing. It's not like that out in the wild. You ain't gonna see no monkeys like, yo, we getting this lion today. We getting them. We going lion hunting today. We smart as human beings. We going lion hunting. No, they don't do that. So with humans, and that's why I said the pride of humans, because we demonize the predators that prey on the weak, because
It's almost like it is like the saying of taking somebody's kindness for weakness. You know what I mean? It's somewhat on the same thing. You know, and I've experienced that a lot. You know, because when you sit back and people look at the jovial part of you, because you try your best to keep the jovial part out front, you know, you don't want to walk around with a bulldog face all day, frowned up and putting the mean mugging people all day. So you try to keep the spirit up. You joke around, you laugh, you giggle. You try to show your teeth more. And then when you try to do that, then some people take that kindness for weakness and think they can touch you. You know, and my favorite line to people, even to my kids, please don't make me do something that I really don't want to do to you. Because it's not going to turn out the way that you think it's going to turn out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's the thing, and I say it as calm as possible. It's almost similar to the Hawk say, don't make me angry. You don't like me when I'm angry.
Yeah.
You know, and he's telling you that because he knows he's going to blow, and when he blows and he turns green and his clothes is ripping up and everything, you know, he's going to fuck you up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's pretty much how I feel about myself. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy it. Let's hee-hee-ha-ha. But please do not cross the certain lines that you shouldn't cross. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, like it was one time, like, for instance, you know, one time I was on a bus, right? And this racist lady, I got on the bus and I was standing in the front because I wasn't going that far down, and she snapped on me and started calling me these N-words. And you know I don't do good with the N-words, son. And I don't hit women. So it was a heavy set, you know, black woman on there. Gave her $50. At that time, my coin was coined.
You put a public hit out on him.
Excuse me, ma'am. Did you ever use the N-word with me? Did you agree with that? Can you take this $50 and whoop her ass? Thank you. So when she got off the bus, we all, me, her, and the big fat girl got off the bus. And I clapped. I said, thank you. You enjoy your day. I was happy to buy you lunch for the next 2 days.
Okay.
Now, if that was a guy, then you took my kindness for weakness.
Okay.
And now I have to.
Let me ask you this. What do you think the motivation? What do you think made her try you as opposed to some other black person?
I think it was society itself. I think it was the change of the narrative, because this is around the time when the term Karens came out. And when the term Karens came out, we know who was in office. So all of a sudden, everybody felt empowered. He's saying he pretty much he's running the country, and I know he's a known racist, so I can be like him. Let me try it. No, there's certain things you just can't try with certain individuals. I was at work. I told you the story about me being at work, and I don't really tolerate the disrespectfulness. If I'm your supervisor, I'll pull you in the office and talk to you, because I don't want to disrespect you in front of your peers. I think that's a respect thing.
Right.
But when you call me, say that again?
No, I said right. Go ahead.
So when you calling me a bunch of pussy bitches and let's go outside, and then you taking my kindness for weakness, and I know all my ancestors and their spirits is coming in front of me and like, Troy, please don't do that. Then I gotta do that. I gotta hug myself. But when I heard you say something earlier, sometimes people don't have much to live for. They don't have it wasn't so much to live for. It was you said, what was the term you used?
when I said when I was talking about when you think you can't get robbed or whatever.
No, when you said individuals who don't have much to lose. There you go.
Yeah.
You know, you got a lot to lose, and they don't have much to lose. And I'm gonna give you a story of what happened to me. And my mom said this to me. You know, at one point I had a pager company, and the most expensive pagers that was the next move to getting cell phones was the alphanumeric pager. You remember them?
Oh yeah.
So I had me and my boy. He got me when he started getting some of these new ones, and he gave me one. And I went out one night, came in, and it was missing. Make a long story short, it came out that my kid's mom, my oldest kid's mom, her brother stole it and sold it to the corner store boy. And I was at this time I was looking at him as my little brother. You know, and while I'm looking at him as my little brother, I'm like, if his cousin, like, are you? I said, his cousin said something. No, his cousin didn't say. I said, if I find out that he stole my shit, I'm gonna beat him the fuck up because you don't bite the hand that feeds you. So his cousin heard me say that and went and told him. We went over to the schoolyard. He said, I heard you want to fight. And I said, yes. If you stole from me, yes. But whoop your ass. Well, my mom was like, Troy, you got a lot to live. You got a lot to lose. He has nothing to lose. You know what he into and you know what he about. Me not listening and me saying to myself, Mama, that materialistic shit mean more than anything. But I got over that schoolyard and I took my shirt off. You know, this is around the time when I was going to the gym and I was working out. So I already know the lifting was lifting good. You know, so I turned back around. So when we get ready to fight, and his eye come over and say, "Y'all not gonna fight your family," he proceeded to pull out a 9mm black Glock.
Okay.
He aimed it at me. Let me tell you how I can tell you he aimed it at me, son.
How?
Because the first bullet got stuck in the chamber. He never cocked it back. As I went there, and I realized how people get killed, because when somebody pull a gun on you, you at a standstill. You're in so much shock that it's like the term freeze really means freeze. So when I went to run, the life lesson came out that bullet, because that first bullet ricocheted off the ground and hit me in my right ankle. Only reason why I was able to run is because I tied my boot up. I tied my boot up tight, and the circulation wasn't able to go because it broke off the front of my tibia.
Okay.
And the lesson behind that is sometimes you need to restrain yourself because you have a lot more to live for and that individual don't. Because after that first bullet hit me and I was running like Carl Lewis, 19 more bullets came out that gun and didn't hit me. And the sad part behind that is that my oldest kids still have post-traumatic stress disorder from that. And from one of the windows that my mom was getting across the street, one of the car windows, when she fell down to the ground, one of the car windows got hit by one of the bullets. So he almost shot my mom. So what you said makes so much sense. Sometimes restraining is more than gaining. You go to bars again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Restraining is more than gaining. Because if you have so much to live for, you can't just go about, you're not being a bully. You're just protecting the things that you work so hard for.
Yeah.
And people don't give a fuck about that. And he took my kindness for weakness because, at that time, I don't play with things. I don't play with them things like that. I don't play with guns. I call people, they bring me mine. I particularly don't want it near me because of situations like that. Because when you get, that's a quick way of ending something quickly. And I don't want that quick way. My grandfather taught me differently. But at the end of the day, what you said just resonated so much with me. And it wakes your mind up to say to yourself, you know what? You have to sit back and reevaluate situations before you dive straight in, just get into the fact that, people taking your kindness for weakness. Because I'm pretty sure you've been there before. And you was with me when another person took my kindness for weakness.
Yeah.
You have to restrain me.
Yeah, I look at things in a certain kind of way. Like I know that anybody can try anybody on any given day. You know what I mean? I keep that in mind because you just never really know. You never really know when you might have to do something about somebody that's trying to bust a little move on you. You know what I'm saying? And but I also look at things in a different kind of way. I try not to look at things as strictly I try not to look at things as strictly they tried to play me type of situation. Because it's not always that way. I try to look at a situation like they know who to try things with, as maybe they need certain things and they know where they can get it versus where they can't get it. Because I have to practice that in my own life. Like, if I want a Big Mac, I know I need to go to McDonald's. If I want a Whopper, I need to go to Burger King. I can get a burger at McDonald's, but I can't get a Whopper. You understand what I mean? So what I was going to ask you is, what about on your side? Like when you need something, do you just randomly pick anybody to do things, or do you go where you know that you'll have the better outcome the better chance of the outcome of being successful in getting what you want? You know what I mean?
Well, you have to know the individuals you're dealing with. And that's even down from your relationship, even down to your kids or individuals around you.
Right.
You have to know, like, I know that if I call my son, my middle son, and I tell him tomorrow I need you to do this. If you're not busy, let's take care of this. He'll be like, all right, Dad. I know if I call my daughter, it's going to be like pulling teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that takes me out, because that same daughter or them same daughters are the ones that when they need you the most, you always there. And it's like, it's a memory lapse thing.
Yeah.
So you even at work, like in positions that you like at your job, in the position you in, at the end of the day who to turn to or who not to turn to. Who if I need this job done, I know who I can turn to this person. But if I know I can't turn to that person because she's gonna do a half-ass job, it's not gonna come up the way I need to, or she's not gonna hustle. So I need to turn to this one. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's your go-to person.
Okay.
And that's and it's sad that you got to go about it that way, but you know what to do when you got to go about it that way.
Okay. So taking that, it doesn't always, I don't think it always has to be a sad situation, because just like you'll go to the right place to get what you want from somebody or from some place, somebody might try you in some ways that maybe you don't agree with, but it may not always be with mal intent. You know what I'm saying? It may not always be like with malicious intent, I should say. It may not always be with malicious intent. Now you can tell the difference. If somebody asks you to do something that you know is totally out of your character or something like that, then it makes sense. It makes sense that you would, have suspicion towards them. But when you look at the whole situation, like when you know who to try something with and when you know not to try something with, like, all right, think about women in your life that you've dealt with before. I'm sure unless you've dealt with the exact same kind of woman every time, you knew that some women were more open to certain things that you may have suggested, and some women may not have been. Like even you could be talking about sex. Like you may know that this one over here was way more freaky and way more free, so I could ask her to do certain things or to try certain things, and I know she would be with it. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, this one over here might be a little bit less experienced, more reserved, and might look at you sideways if you ask about certain things. So not to ask that one, at least not yet. You might have to slow walk a little bit. You might have to slow walk a little bit. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't necessarily always have to be like it doesn't always have to be a negative thing. It doesn't always have to be a negative thing. So
with me, son, 80, let's say out of 100% of being tried, 85% of my life has been tried. It's always been a negative thing when people try me.
Oh, okay.
The other 15 is like on the parts of, relationships or dealing with people or, but when people tried me, even as a kid, because as a kid, like I told you, I was bullied as a kid. I was bullied because I didn't have the backing of people that was in behind me, that was in my corner.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have the older brother that protected me, and my middle brother, I was so concerned about him and him getting hurt that I wouldn't want him protecting me. So I always tried to protect my middle brother. I would fight for him before I fight for myself.
Okay.
But what happens is somebody tried me. One of the neighborhood bully. I was so scared of him that one time he tried me and he smashed a tasty clear pie in my face. And I didn't fight him. I chased him, but I didn't fight him. But this one time, what happened, son, and what was my coming out party? I was at a house party and somebody stole my red down feather puffy Run DMC coat.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
I just got it for Christmas too. Somebody stole it. When I was at a house party, I found out who stole it. He put it in the cleaners, got it washed, and threw me a couple of dollars. To this day, me and him like brothers.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened is while that was in the cleaners, I had to throw on the sheepskin with the coat, the glove, the hat. I had to go back to my Crash Brothers days.
I hear you. I hear that.
So Mom Duke got me what I wanted. So I just got off the bus and we was playing around and I fell on the ground and the boy would let me get up. He's kicking my coat. Now I'm frustrated because I just got this coat out the cleaners.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing led to another. I'm like, I'm going to go get these eggs. I'm going to crack them in the face with these fucking eggs. So he was like, yo, if you do that to me, you know what's going to fucking happen to you, blah, blah, blah. I said, you know what? I got to deal with this now. Took the coat off, took the hat, gloves off, put the eggs back in the fridge. We went outside. We started fighting. I learned at an early age. I was in high school at the time, so I learned at an early age. I said, you know what? I'm going to be patient with him. And I sat back, let him do all this fancy moving around. He tried to throw a punch. I stayed back. And when he threw that one punch, I ducked and I came up and I hit him. And you know how rough my skin is, right? So when I hit him across that eye.
Mm.
And I busted his eye wide open and gave him a concussion.
Okay. All right.
And then that was my coming out party. That was my please do me a favor. Don't make me do something that I don't want to do.
Okay.
You know, and that was the don't fuck with me thing. And then everybody around the neighborhood didn't fuck with me and then there was one more guy that when I was a kid, he punched me. I had a loose tooth. He wanted to ride my green machine. Remember the green machine?
I had one. Best
And
big wheel ever. That shit was a spin out machine. Shit was the greatest.
Yes, it was. So I turned back around. I was like, no. So my tooth was already loose. He hit me in my mouth, knocked my tooth out. All of a sudden, we teenagers now. You know, and as I grew up, I always was nervous to fight him because he, you know, mentally he knocked my tooth out. So I turned back around and I guess he thought that he would be able to do that again. So when we got the fight, you know, my patience kicked in again. And, you know, some jabs, that training that my uncle Roman had gave me, because he was a boxing trainer, that training he gave me kicks in. So I'm just being patient, dabbing that forehead, turn around, hit him with that left, hit the eye, cut it, hit him in the jaw, busted, turn around. I'm winning the fight, but I run in the house, and he ran in my house right again.
All right.
He still tried to try me again, coming from down South Street. This time, we fight again. And this time, Big Mama came to the door. Because my grandmother and all my aunts and my uncle lived across the street from us. So she came to the door. She said, Troy, you're doing a lot of fucking cursing. So if you don't whip his ass, I'm going to fuck you up.
Let me ask you this. What's the most ridiculous thing that a woman has ever asked you to do?
You know what? That's a good fucking question. You talk just period?
I'm just, well, you know, I mean, you know, I ain't, whatever you want to share, but like, okay, for example, what I'm trying to establish is this. Like, you know, people would normally ask something of you or ask a request of you based on what they think they know about you or what they actually know about you and what they and whether they think that you'll be open to something or not. Like all right, hold on. Like the first time I ever drunk a 40 ounce, I was with this girl that I had we only had a job search class together. We didn't have no, you know, we didn't have no other classes together. She was a little older than me. A little dark-skinned cutie. She lived with her sister. So she ain't even live at the crib. And she was already a drinker. I was a clean body. At 16 years old, I was a clean body. So you remember on those days you used to get out of school early. This get out of school early day was like on a Tuesday or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So we got off. She lived over in like University City. You know, around like maybe like 46 in Baltimore or something like that. You know what I mean? Some shit like that around there. And maybe down a little bit lower, maybe 30. It wasn't in the 30s. Let's say 42nd in Baltimore, some shit like that. But anyway, my little young ass at 16, I couldn't buy no beer. You know what I'm saying? But somehow she made it happen. I paid for it. We went back to her crib, sipped on the Cokie 900. I was blasted out of my mind or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Cokie 900.
Cokie 900. You know, not a nice startup 40 like Colt 45 or some Blue Bull or some shit like that. The Cokie. And this was the 1980s Cokie 900. This is a 1980s Cokie. You know, when this shit was brewed in Philadelphia, you looked at the joint.
This is the Silver Thunder.
This was the Schoolie D Cokie 900. You know what I mean? So
CSK, we making that.
you know, he was always talking about some Cokie 900. So yeah, so to make a long story short, you know what I mean? I saw how the influence of a chick, you know what I mean, with the possibility of some sexual favors could influence me at that age. You know what I mean? Because I definitely want to tap that. Now, so even though that wasn't up until then, that was, I mean, at that moment, that was the craziest thing that I had ever been asked to do, because it was only because it was out of bounds from what I was and what I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't drink no beer. Yeah, I am acting like I drink beer. I don't drink beer. I didn't drink nothing. You know what I'm saying? Sprite, maybe, you know, but here we were. So if you understand what I'm talking about there, so at that point, at that time in my life,
I can give you insight, then. I've never smoked.
Wait, hold on. Let me finish up something about that story, because I need to complete this. She saw, yeah, she saw, you know, she already had me calculated. She knew that I wouldn't resist and get on something like, no, I ain't doing that, blah, 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 blah. And not necessarily because I was soft, not because I was a punk, not because I was a pushover, but because she knew I liked her. She knew that she was, you know, she was pretty much stringing the harp. You know what I'm saying? She was in control of the situation. She was a little bit older. She was definitely more experienced. You know what I mean? She had been messing with older dudes and all of that kind of shit. You know, she was definitely way more destructively mature than I was.
Mature, yes.
Yeah. So she knew she could try this with me, and really thinking back on it, she slow walked me. For real. Because for what she was into, if she would have saw it in me, saw something else in me, she probably would have took it to a different level.
So,
you know?
So what was she into, bro?
Well, look, let me put it this way. I saw her, we had one class together, but I saw her at the After Midnight, the Underground Throwdown.
Oh shit.
So, and this is before we was cool like that. So I recognize.
I said Cherry Street.
It was only one Underground Throwdown.
Okay, go ahead.
You know what I mean? So I saw her in there. This is during the school year. So I'm like, damn, she up in there? Like, because I ain't got no business being in there. You know, my baby face 16-year-old ass, you know what I mean, ain't got no business being in there. And she wasn't 18 yet. I don't think. But yeah, so and she was in there high. She ain't even noticed me. When I saw her on Monday or the next week, whatever, I was like, yo, I saw you at the After Midnight the other night. And she was like, you was in there? I was like, yeah, I saw you. You know what I mean? I remember what she had on and everything. And I think that's what made her start really, she was already on me, but now she like, oh. So you see, like, she thinking like, well, if he's there, he's probably doing what they do. You understand what I mean? So it made it easier for her to connect the dots to try this with me. Because
so
after
she wanted you to eat some ice cream.
Well, let's put it this way. We didn't do nothing that day. You know, went back home all tipsy and drunk up. You know what I mean? And she was like, yo, this weekend, come over, you spend the night.
Damn.
So this was the warm-up. You know what I mean? This was the test. Yeah, evidently, I, done well on this quiz. And, you know what I mean? It was the big exam for the weekend.
You want to the next chapter?
Yo, and I ain't gonna lie, man, she spooked the shit out of me. At 16, I wasn't spending the night with no chick. Like, well, what do you mean? Like spending nights the night? Like, huh? Like the whole night? I would say I was green as grass. You know what I mean? Now, but she knew how far to go. She knew what she was working with. So I couldn't be mad at it. I wasn't offended by it, but I used that example because I realized that.
Yo, the other day you was talking about all this at the crabs and all this other shit. No, bro, you're not gonna sugarcoat it. What was happening, bro? What did she want you to do, bro?
Wait. What'd you say?
I said Sunday when we was talking, you was asking questions about the masturbation words and all that other stuff. No, I want to know, what did she want you to do? I mean, what did she want to do? Want you to do, or what did she want to do?
What, the chick I was just talking about when I was
Yeah.
She just wanted to, she probably just wanted me to spend the night so we could fuck all night.
Oh, I thought she wanted oral or something different.
Nah, at that age, honestly, at that time, there was no, that would have never happened. It would have never happened.
When you was on that Cokie 900, it might have happened.
It would have never happened, son. I was just that wouldn't have happened then. You know what I mean? I had to get into the fold. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't ready for that. Not at 16. My brother was, but I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It was a different walk. But it wouldn't have paid.
Funny,
yeah, it wouldn't have. He was like, oh, you gotta try it. I mean, I'm trying to drive these chicks crazy, blah, 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 blah. I was like, listen, we're gonna have to find another way. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have to find another way, son. You know what I'm saying?
That's the same thing happened to me. My boy was like, boy, you can't beat the reaction from it, bro. And I was like, nah, I don't know, not yet.
When you ready, you ready. It was a different time. I said, when you're ready, you ready. It was a different time. It was a different time. It wasn't like now, where they learn how to do oral before they even learn how to fuck. It wasn't like that.
Yeah.
We fucked first, and then we, you know what I'm saying, eventually got into into everything else. So
you gradually moved into it.
But there were some cats, there were some outliers out there that found out, this glorious truth, but when other people hadn't. But it's all good. But
mine was
okay.
Mine was, I never smoked weed before, and during COVID. What you laughing at?
Wait a minute. During COVID, you never smoked weed your whole life?
I never smoked weed
until you was in your 50s. God. All right, cool. Go ahead.
I've never smoked weed my whole life.
All right, cool.
And there's been times that girls that I dealt with smoke weed.
Mm-hmm.
Like my wife, she smoked weed. And, as many times I thought about doing it, I always take pride. That's one prideful thing that I take seriously, because it feels good to be this age and not done that. But the one stupid thing I did do was during COVID. I was so stressed out because, after my mom passed away and my unemployment didn't come in yet, and I wasn't getting no funds in, and all this other shit just during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
around Mother's Day, my wife and my mother-in-law, my kids, they were making baskets, Mother's Day baskets. So I turned back around and one of my daughter's friends came and picked up a basket, 2-3 baskets. And I turned back around and he was selling edibles.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try edible. I don't never smoke weed.
No, don't do that. Don't eat. Don't do no edible. You gotta smoke weed. You ain't ready for no edible.
So I need you to hear this story. Bro.
Yo, that edible shit is drugs.
I need you to hear the story.
You might as well drop an acid, son. All right, anyway, go ahead.
When I finish the story, you want. I think you gonna need some tissue to dry your face, bro. So what happens is I had bought this. My daughter brought me a Fruity Pebbles edible, and I'm looking at it. It's nice. It looks good. I tasted a little bit of it. Tastes good. So I'm eating it. And I'm eating it. And I'm eating it. And I'm eating it. And my wife come over and like, Troy, let me get a piece. And I only had a corner left. This shit was like a rectangle. I mean, this shit like a Hershey bar, like a fucking, Rice Krispie treat. Yo, when I tell you that I couldn't, I was looking at 2.5 Men, and I couldn't laugh outwardly. I was laughing like, I was laughing inwardly. I had inside my body was a cloud. And I had every fucking emotion in my body. I had happy, sad, crying, rainy, foggy, sunny. Everything in my body, in my thoughts, and everything was in my fucking head. She said, "We call us." They laughing at me. She said, "Let's go to bed." I went upstairs, but I just think that my spirit went upstairs. I think part of me was still sitting down looking at TV.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
I turned back around. If I didn't have to go to the bathroom, if I had to depend on, I would have slept for 3 to 4 days.
Dog.
That shit fucked me up, bro. Fucked me up. Moral of the story? Fuck edibles.
You motherfuckers I know have smoked weed for years. Chain smoke reefer. They can't fuck with them edibles. Edibles is not, that shit is not marijuana. I don't know what that shit is. I mean, you might as well be, you eating angel dust or acid or some shit. That shit is not.
It's all THC.
THC ain't supposed to do to you with them edibles. You ain't, THC don't make you hallucinate and all of that shit.
Listen, man, the way that shit had me, bro, you know, you remember that song by Outkast, or the song that, what's his name, the song that Andre 3000 was singing, talking about, "You are my prototype. I think I know." I felt that. I felt like, just like Jason said, Troy out here visiting space camp. Yes, I just knew I was part of NASA.
Yeah, hold on. Oakland said, had one once. He had an edible once. He thought he was going to die. Almost called the ambulance. I have heard that story plenty of times. Like that, I'm telling you, I don't know about that edible shit. That's for weirdos. That's something ain't right. That shit ain't right.
Listen, bro,
that's for motherfuckers that got real bad shit going on in their lives.
Listen, bro. Listen.
That shit should only be eaten by the terminally ill.
That shit fucked me up so bad. I could have been down Kensington.
Man, I'm trying to tell you that
shit. That's all I can say, bro.
that shit should only be consumed by the terminally ill, because that shit will probably make you feel healthy again. Some shit like that. That shit take you to a different. And I've never tried it. I've heard more. I've only heard these stories from experienced weed smokers.
No, bro, that shit. I'm not an experienced weed smoker. You know, so so for when I tried it, I won't try it again.
Yeah, well, they
won't try that shit again.
I'm surprised they knew to try that with you, because you didn't when I met you. You didn't really drink. You have a couple of drinks. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You sip on a little something, but you wasn't a drinker. Not, you wasn't what I recognize as being a drinker. I was. You know what I'm saying? So, you with me. I'm twisted and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? We rolling. But
I drink to get a buzz. You drunk to get twisted.
Yo, I was twisted going there, and now and we ain't done. So yeah, I'm surprised to hear that you even thought about trying this shit. But that's the thing, and this goes along with what we're talking about too, because when you feel like you're in a safe space, when you feel like you in a space or a place where people they're not gonna let you hurt yourself, or they're not trying to harm you, or at least if that's what you believe. Yeah, you might be open to more things than you would on a normal basis. You know what I'm saying? In different situations. But yeah, so yeah, I could see that. But kids learn this type of behavior early in their lives, so they know. I mean, how many times have you heard stories where if a child wants something, a specific thing, they know not to ask their mom. They know to ask their dad, because mommy will say no, daddy will say yeah, or vice versa, or whatever. and this will go on as long as the parents ain't really on the same page. So, smart parents would tell the child, well, nah, if your mom says it's okay, then it's okay with me. Go ask her first, and then let me know what she said. And then I'm going to go verify it. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. That's how you got to do it.
Yeah. So
that's how you got to do it.
Yeah. So but if it don't go that way, and it's a situation where the two parents are beefing with each other and they are against each other and they trying to outdo each other for the love and affection of the child, then you got a situation where now the child is in control and they know exactly what to do. Divide and conquer. So dad will say yes just because mommy said no. Or mom will say yeah just because dad said no. Just so because they
create some type more, add more to the bullshit y'all going through.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Especially if there's animosity or a situation where y'all not together and maybe don't want to be together, or feel some resentment because one wants to get back and the other one don't. You know how that go. But even in a situation like that, they might know what to try with one person versus what to try with another person. For example, in your relationships where you're dealing with somebody that's more aggressive, more prone to following their emotions rather than logic. In other words, like a woman will deal with a man differently if she know that he is snapping, go upside her head, than a man who will talk to her, reason things out, and try to take the more gentle or logical approach.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's not that it may not be that she likes one more than the other, but her responses are going to be different from one to the other. Now, is that a way of keeping her in check? Maybe in some situations, yes. Maybe on the whole, not necessarily. But yeah, there is definitely something that you have to take a look at. So, with this whole, they know who to try it with. Also, on jobs, you know what one manager might allow versus another, or supervisor versus another, or whatever. Even a coworker versus another, or a job itself. I know that maybe in a small business, I can try these bully tactics or whatever, and maybe get what I want. But with this bigger corporate setup type of thing, I'm really just a name and a number. You know what I mean? I better be happy just to be here, because they'll get me up out of here with the quickness. You understand what I mean? So like the small business may actually need you more than the big corporate business might. You know what I mean? So you might be able to throw your weight around with the mom and pop business, because they might really depend on you. And they may not be able to pay anybody what they're paying you in order to make certain things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, the corporate, they can pay a lot, but they ain't gonna pay you. They ain't gonna pay you a whole lot. You work in there off of name recognition. You happy just to be working there? Like, yeah, I work at this place. I'm a big. You know how? Remember how they used to? Remember how working at IBM used to be a big deal somehow?
Yep.
IBM, like, what the fuck? Okay, you work at IBM. Can you imagine these days working at a place for shitty money, so you can, but living off the prestige of working at a certain place?
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine that shit? But yeah, that IBM shit, people kicked it like IBM, working at IBM was like, I don't know, tops of the pops or something. I was like, it's a job.
Like what?
You know what I mean?
You said like working at IBM was like what?
Tops of the pops.
Top of the pops, like the show.
Yeah. Top of the pops.
God damn. You old, bro.
Yeah. 55. Deuce Nichols. But yeah.
Deuce Nichols, bro. You damn right, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Top of the pop.
Tops of the pops.
That's not even in America. That's in England.
I'm just saying. But yeah,
we owe this shit, son.
Ain't no doubt about that shit. Listen, when back in 2009, 2010, when Old School used to call in every day, and I remember he was 55 years old, and I remember thinking like, dang, he's 55, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
now we did. Now we did.
What? Yo, I wasn't even 40 yet. I was like 55. What? That's some shit. 15 years, 16 years later. Look what done happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, they know who to try it with. It's a funny,
and that's exactly the truth. Especially and that's when they know who to try with, meaning verbally. I mean, with their words, especially with their words, and then they try to come off with certain actions, and then when you come back at them, then all of a sudden they become the victim.
It can happen that way. Mm-hmm. It can be that way.
But they become the victim because now you got to go on a defense. And now you the one that's the bully, and they the victim after they just said all the shit out their mouth. It throws me for a loop. It throws me for a loop.
Let me ask you about this. Look at some of these interest groups. You know what I mean? Even if we go to politics, look at some of these interest groups like LGBTQ, NRA, Black Lives Matter, what's the
MAGA.
MAGA is not an interest group. They are actually not like MAGA is that's Trump's thing, but it's not like really incorporated. From what I know, it's not like a like a thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Tea Party was.
Okay,
It was,
yeah.
there were people who identified with it, but it wasn't like a corporate type of thing, Whereas LGBTQ, what's that? Women's not women's rights, but the feminist movement. The
Right.
feminist movement, they are actually incorporated. They are actually, they have officers and things like that. They know which politicians are going to bend to their whims. They know who to play certain things with and who not. It's not a coincidence that when Trump is in office, the LGBTQ go underground. You don't hear from them.
Mm-hmm.
When presidents like Obama and Biden are in, the motherfuckers is up, waving their flags, getting more legislation done, making moves, throwing their weight around. So they know who to try certain things with and who not to. Same thing with the NRA. The NRA knows when there's a Democratic president, there's certain things that ain't going to happen. You can look for a ban on assault weapons, automatic weapons, shit like that, like weapons of war, like those things are going to be on a chopping block.
Okay.
So they know who to try certain things with, the same way they know where to spend their money.
Mm-hmm.
The NRA put money into a Democratic campaign because they're not going to give them what they want. Same way as the LGBTQ would never put their money into a Republican campaign because they ain't buying what they selling. It's
Right.
not going to work. So there's so many areas where we can look at this whole concept of they know who to try it with. It goes deeper than just, somebody trying to play you or whatever. There's influence that goes into this. There's the fuck? There's when something started this show all over again. Like I'm looking at the clock on the show and it's acting like we only been here for 6 minutes. I'm like, hold on now. I'm gonna have to watch the other clocks, kind of closely and shit, and make sure we ain't here at 6 o'clock in the morning. But you know what I mean? Like,
you know that ain't gonna happen.
Right? Be on this joint like, and then Troy G, and then right when the joint be like, you know what I mean? But yeah, just like there are cats that know what dogs that they can kind of beat. Like this well-trained pit bull over here probably shouldn't go around him acting like it's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe this little beagle over here, you know what I mean, that's been taught not to bite kitty cats. Yeah, he might get smacked up. He might get them spippity paps. You know what I mean? Open up a fresh pack of paps. You know what I'm saying? Like, So animals instinctively know what they, where they can go and where they can't. And when they make mistakes to the contrary, those are often fatal mistakes.
Right.
So their very survival is highly dependent upon knowing who they can try certain things with and who they can't. Because out there in the animal kingdom, it gets bad out there when they make the wrong decisions.
Mm-hmm.
It gets real bad out there. I remember, man, one time I saw this hawk getting busy on a squirrel. And when I say he was getting busy on him, he was getting busy. He was not playing. Yo, and you know, I'm there with the camera. I'm taping this hawk, and the hawk is looking like, listen, man. He looking at me like, look, I'm over here enjoying my dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Don't try me.
Yo, right? Don't make me have to put these talons on you. And he grabbed up the squirrel and he flew off like, and that's how I knew he had a squirrel. He had this shit right in his talons. And you know, hawks, falcons, and especially eagles, their talons are so fucking strong. They can crush the head of certain animals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so them motherfuckers be already, I guess that's the way they cook them. He was already prepared this meal. He was dead once I ate him.
Dang. Dang.
So, yeah, hold up. Jason said, you turning 55 is causing a rift in space time. Ain't no fucking, yo, he telling the truth. I'm like, hold on, that ain't the, we've been on longer than that. What's this shit doing? They starting all over this shit. I wonder what else I can do. Manifest Reality said, what's that noise? What the hell is going on here? Jason says, I used to work with a little dog who thought he was a big one. He tried me. After that, he decided to try Jesus instead. Go with God. Go with God. Marissa says, yeah, I'm having problems with my PayPal manifest. Wait a minute, I had to call YouTube. Just called my bank. They took the money. Oh man. Speaking of PayPal, man, Marissa said, son, did you receive my PayPal? PayPal?
You can PayPal.
Hold on. I mean, you went to my PayPal? Let me see. Let me see if anything is on my PayPal. I didn't even know nobody sent me nothing on PayPal. But what I was gonna say was, yeah, you know, at your job, you know, when it comes to animals and politics, almost in every area of our lives, people try people in certain ways. It's not always a sinister thing. It's not always a bad thing, but you know, you have to go where you need to go in order to get what you want. I don't see anything in the PayPal. I don't see anything in the PayPal. In the motherfucking PayPal. Yeah, I don't see nothing, but hold on, I got two accounts.
You check on your community list.
I mean, can you check on your community list? Wait a minute. I got two PayPal accounts. Let me see if it's on the other one. Let me see if it's on the other one. Okay.
Jason said, Yeah, man, especially Ollie. We're going to celebrate 752 up in here, even if the fabric of time is coming apart.
Now, I don't see nothing here either. I don't see nothing
Yeah.
here.
If not, I will fix that tomorrow.
Well,
For today.
it's all good. It's all good. Love is love. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, I don't see nothing here. But it's all good. Even just the gesture in and of itself is a good look. So log out that joint. Log in. Wait a minute. I wanted to log out. Out. All right, change. No. Okay. All right. But anyway.
Oh, yo, I forgot to give a shout out to Danielle Spencer, man.
Yo, I shouted it out earlier. Like, that shit is a shame. I'm telling you, man, this shit is getting too close to home. You know what I mean?
They taking God is bringing home our child stars. Ooh, I'm gonna tell Mama.
But
well, you know, she was in a serious car accident at one point.
Oh yeah, you know, I did hear about that. That was some years ago.
Yeah, I think I don't know if it was a stepfather or it was another person in the car that passed away, and she had really messed up her back pretty bad. But she passed away from cancer.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Evidently, Dee was probably the smartest person on the set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who knew? But yeah. Yeah, man, I don't, the 2025 is a little bit relentless.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't mean, but it's a little bit, it definitely got a mean streak in it. Like, okay. Yeah, I mean, let's just say this. It bites.
That's the truth. Yeah.
2025 bite. Like, all right. Let me stop playing around with your food and shit. You know what I'm saying? Let me not pet you while you eating. I ain't know it was like that, you know. But yeah, they know who to try it with. And people do. People know, you know, who to try to, kick that bullshit with. You know, like and the lying part. Let me not get off of this whole topic without talking about the lying part. People who lie, they know who they lie to and who not to.
Mm-hmm.
They know who to kick that ridiculous shit to, and who to say, nah, I gotta come correct. And coming correct can have a lot of different facets to it. It can go a lot of different ways. Come correct. Yeah. So, cats used to talk about how if a chick was ugly, fat, or whatever, blah 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 blah, then they could talk to her any old kind of way. They could ask her for any old kind of thing. They basically could treat them like they didn't have nothing to lose. You know, what did Marvelous Marv and Cash Money say? Get an ugly woman and make her your wife. because a ugly woman ain't nothing to lose or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yo, he was
Find an ugly woman and make her your wife.
Yo, the two best DJs had the two wackest MCs. I was like,
yo, bro, look, I remember this boy. They had did something. They were at J&A Caterers, right? And this motherfucker, what was the Marvelous? That was the DJ, right?
no, Marvelous was Cash Money was the DJ, world famous.
Okay, and Marvelous was the MC, was the rapper.
If you want to call him that, yeah.
Yeah, well,
All the ugly people be
was
quiet.
up there, man. And he was up there, and I was just listening to him because he was like, yo, if your girl got a big ass and she got some nice breasts, say ho. And he was like, if you a man and you got this big ass giant penis, you got a big. I'm like, motherfucker, what
He said that? So we needed a pause back in 87?
We needed a pause back in 87, bro.
Like, oh, whoa, Marv.
At J&A Caterers. I was remembering that shit. And I was like, because every time I would go by J&A Caterers, I was like, this motherfucker really said that shit that night. I'm like, I can't do this no more.
Yeah, it sounded like it wasn't nothing to do.
It was what you could do, man. He said it, and you was like, is he gay?
If he wasn't gay, he was in the neighborhood.
He was the rest on this one wasn't even want to send all the ugly people be quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the worst rappers ever.
So all the ugly people be quiet was supposed to be like the brand new funk. Like, no, it's not. It's not. That shit was, and make an ugly woman your wife. That was supposed to be like Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, they was like the B side of Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
It ain't make no sense because there was a reason that Jazzy Jeff name was first. There was a reason why Cash Money name was first. That's who the group was around. They was the best at what they do. Now, I mean, a lot of people like Fresh Prince, and all right, whatever. But there was a reason. Like, regardless of if you think Fresh Prince was a good rapper, he was nowhere near as good as a rapper as Jeff was as a DJ. From coast to coast, Jeff name rang mad bells. So, yeah. Motherfucker, marvelous. Like this motherfucker is ass.
He wasn't marvelous.
He was garbage.
They were like the Bizarro, Jazzy Jeff, and Fresh Prince.
Man, give me Jazzy J and Robbie B.
Here we go.
Rock the Go-Go.
Rock the fucking Go-Go.
Now that was a party record.
And
that
my
shit
cousin,
there.
My cousin wound up was in a relationship with Robbie B for like 12, 13 years. Got a son and everything by him.
Oh, okay.
And we used to be tight.
Look, I don't remember no other songs from them.
And the fucked up part is Robbie B is a pastor now.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
He's a pastor.
Some dance fast and some dance slow.
Yes, for everybody. Dr. Go-Go.
And Sherelle, Rock the Go-Go. JoJo, Rock the Go-Go. Robbie B in the place. Let's go.
Let's go.
That was, when I tell you that was my shit, what? I was like, yo, This motherfucker is not the greatest rapper, but he got to be the Busy Bee of Philly. This shit is the fucking beat was so fucking dope. That was hip hop. And did you know they had an album?
Yeah.
I never knew they had an album in Philly or in the United States. I found their album when I was in London. I was like, Robbie B and Jazzy J and Robbie. I was like, how? They had tracks. I was like, what? This shit, because back then they used to have imports. These things they call imports. So records, you could be signed to a record label and they would push your shit overseas or over in Europe and you might blow up.
Yeah, you can blow up over there.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, your record ain't even get released in the United States.
At all.
It's crazy. I never remembered their album. I never remember them having an album. But I saw the album, 1999. I'm in a London record store. I was like, Robbie Jazzy, the hell? Like, they got some shit. So, but it is what it is. All right, man, we about to get on up out of here, do these birthday shout outs, and then we going to route. We going to route. But let's see what's up with this. Let's see what's up with the poll. 22 votes on the poll. Are you the right or the wrong one to mess with? 50% says I'm the wrong one, but people be trying me. I can take it. 23% said
that's
people.
Fine. I voted that, but I'm already tell you that's on the door.
Cool. 23% said people leave me alone or else. Okay. 27% says I'm a humanitarian pushover. Interesting. And 0% says when a black nose or an eye bleed. I'm so shocked that nobody. Black nose or an eye bleed. I will bleed your eye and black your nose.
How you gonna laugh hard at what you wrote?
I did it on purpose. I thought it was a good look. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Yeah, I'm not even gonna have you hang up when I do these birthday shout outs. We just gonna do them. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious August 12th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, and this is August 12th, so these are all my birthday twins. Twin number one, Sonia Pollock, Sade Benton, Tracy Graham Dedman, Angel Smith, Jocelyn Justice, Kim Rogers, Duran Casanova Mincy, Cynthia Peterson, Chinchilla Jonesia, Melody Bazemore, Mobuto Kareem, Kazavar Ross, my girl Amira Lawson, and my main man, Brian Bickley. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all, and I hope that today...
Whoa. And I'd like to give a major shout out to the one call. One call brother. The one that only never phony, who's been on the live stream and streaming live for years. The far lifer. Who sits back, give you knowledge, wisdom, and knowledge of himself. The one and only never phony, the legendary Omar with the Sun 752.
Good looking out.
Bro.
All right, that's what's up.
Just think you're gonna hang the fuck up and you ain't gonna let me give you another birthday shout out while you giving out the birthday shout out.
What was I thinking? What was I thinking?
What you thinking?
All right.
That's some buffoonery.
All right. Well, let me complete it. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious August 12th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out. Rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. The time is now. Yeah, I turned 55 deuce nickels. Now I'm wondering how I survived through the pain and the rain that used to be coming down. But through all of that, the sun shines now. And I ask how, why am I here? I look up at the sky and be like, can I get it clear? People dying all around me, yeah, they falling by, but I still gotta do what I gotta do to try to be the best at everything that I do. Whether I'm the best tonight, that's relative to you. He who fronts on this get fried like fish. I'm gonna make sure that I blow out the candles. Wish that my peoples could be back with me once again. But if they can't be here right now, I gotta value my friends, and I do. So when I see all of you, yeah, it makes me feel good in the motherfucker see you coming through. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I'ma make sure you're standing tall. Taller than a tree, taller than a skyscraper. I'm gonna make sure that one day we got a taper. All of us balling on one track. Yo, I got the mic. Yo, give me that. And I'ma give it to you. We'll pass it like a cipher. I'm for this thing, 55 what to lifer. Yo, we gonna make sure that everything is gonna be all right. We got the cure. I don't want you to be sick. I want to make sure that you are the one, the basketball, the one I pick. Yo, put your arms in the fishbowl. We did that shit when we was younger. Now we 55 years old. Some are older, some are a little younger. We gotta make sure that we strive to cure the hunger. And what I mean is that we starving for the best out here. We striving for the rest out here. Yo, I doubt there will be a better love. Just like motherfuckers, yo, Prince with the doves. He said that when the doves cry, yo, you gotta do what you gotta do to get over and get by. I have been blessed by the best, so I'm still here. Gotta take a quiz, pass the test. And if I get a good grade, well, then I have it made. Yo, I remember when he came out with the movie Blade. My man, he's a Leo too. What's his name? Oh, yeah, things coming through. What's his name?
Who?
The movie Blade.
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes. I couldn't remember his name, but I know one thing. He, regardless of the IRS and the fame, he still did his thing. He still made it back. He still got a chance. He's still under attack. Yeah, they won't let him be in no more movies, but he's got enough money. Everything is all right and is groovy. I want to thank all of y'all for coming on through. Yeah, tomorrow night around 2, you know how we do. We'll be back tall in the saddle. Yeah, and I want to thank all of y'all from the bottom of my heart from the start. Y'all still here. Some of y'all for 10 years. Some of y'all for a little bit more. Yeah, my dear. I appreciate and I'm going to never hate. So tomorrow we going to get the record straight. Yo, Troy, I'ma holler at you later. Now it's time for me to go to bed because I'm about to date her. Sandman, you know how it goes. And be sleeping motherfucking 100 grand. All right, my dude, man. Appreciate you.
Anytime, man. Much love, bro. I'm gonna let you tomorrow. Be safe, all right?
Without a doubt, man. You do the same. And all of y'all do the same. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night like we never left. And everything is going to be good. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And I'll get back. Holla. Peace.